Did you know that 1 in 5 job interviews ends with the candidate getting the job offer? That's right, only 20% of interviews result in success. But here's the shocking part, a recent study found that 75% of interviewees don't follow up with a thank you note. It's a small act, but it can increase your chances of getting hired by up to 24%. So why do so many people fail to land the job despite having the right qualifications? It's not just about your resume or skills, it's about how you perform in the interview. The way you answer questions, present yourself, and connect with the interviewer matters more than you think. In this video, we're going to break down the 6 steps you need to ace your job interview and stand out from the crowd. From mastering your mindset to closing the deal with confidence, these strategies will give you a clear path to success. Stick with me, and let's dive into the game-changing techniques that will make you the candidate everyone remembers. Chapter 1, Mindset Makeover, your secret weapon when it comes to acing a job interview. Your mindset is your greatest ally. Think about it, your thoughts shape your actions. A positive mindset sets the tone for the entire interview. According to research from Harvard Business School, candidates who adopt a confident, positive mindset are more likely to get hired. But how do you develop this mindset? First, start by practicing self-talk. When you think you can't, remind yourself that you can. Focus on what you bring to the table instead of what you lack. Visualization is another powerful tool. Before the interview, close your eyes and picture yourself walking in confidently, answering questions with ease, and leaving a positive impression. Athletes use this technique all the time, and it's proven to work. By mentally rehearsing success, you're training your mind for success. According to a study from the University of Chicago, mental rehearsals can increase performance by up to 10%. Now, let's talk about controlling your nerves. It's natural to feel jittery, but remember, nerves are just energy. Channel that energy into enthusiasm and passion for the role. One strategy is deep breathing. By taking slow, deliberate breaths, you can calm your mind and focus. Think of it as a reset button for your brain. Successful interviewees don't just answer questions, they also manage their emotional state. Don't forget to embrace failure, too. If you're nervous about making mistakes, remember that most hiring managers appreciate candidates who are genuine over those who are perfect. According to business author Brené Brown, vulnerability is a strength, not a weakness. So, be authentic, and you'll make a stronger impression. Chapter 2, The Power of Your First 30 Seconds. They say you never get a second chance to make a first impression, and they're right. The first 30 seconds of your interview are crucial. Your body language speaks before you do. Studies show that 55% of first impressions are based on body language, not words. That means the way you walk into the room, shake hands, and hold yourself could impact the rest of the interview. Start with a firm handshake. A study by the Journal of Applied Social Psychology found that a strong handshake can positively influence how a person is perceived, especially in a professional setting. Avoid the limp or overly aggressive handshake, aim for somewhere in the middle. It sets the tone for a respectful, confident conversation. Then, posture matters more than you think. Sit up straight, shoulders back, and avoid slouching. This conveys confidence and control. As you enter the room, walk with purpose, maintaining eye contact with the interviewer. These subtle cues are powerful, they show you're engaged and ready. Now, let's talk about the importance of your facial expression. Smiling makes a huge difference. A study by the University of Kansas showed that people who smile are perceived as more likable and competent. But it's not just about the smile, it's about sincerity. If you're nervous, that's okay, but don't let it show too much. Control your expressions so they align with your enthusiasm for the job. In the first 30 seconds, the goal is to convey both professionalism and warmth. Be friendly but not overly casual. Greet the interviewer with confidence but remain humble. A good first impression isn't just about looking good, it's about making the other person feel comfortable in your presence. The key here is balance, show enthusiasm without being too eager. Chapter 3, The STAR Method with a Twist. Answering like a pro. Behavioral interview questions are a classic challenge, but there's a simple way to answer them, the STAR method. STAR stands for situation, task, action, and result. This framework helps you structure your answers so you can clearly demonstrate how you've handled challenges in the past. It's a proven method, backed by research from the Society for Human Resource Management, which found that 80% of interviewers prefer behavioral questions because they're predictive of future performance. However, there's a twist. While the STAR method is effective, many candidates make the mistake of focusing only on the action part of their answer. To stand out, add values into the mix. When you explain how you handled a situation, don't just talk about the actions you took, highlight the values that guided those actions. For example, if you solved a conflict with a colleague, emphasize the value of collaboration or respect in your response. Another key to mastering the STAR method is storytelling. When you tell a story, you engage the interviewer emotionally. Don't just list facts, paint a picture. Instead of saying, "I solved a problem by organizing a meeting," say, "I realized the team was struggling with communication, so I organized a meeting to align everyone's goals. We were able to brainstorm solutions, and within a week, productivity had increased by 15%. It's important to make sure your examples are relevant to the job you're applying for. Research the company and its challenges, then tailor your stories to demonstrate how your skills align with their needs. According to career coach Jenny Foss, one of the most powerful things you can do in an interview is to show that you've done your homework. Lastly, be concise. Interviewers appreciate candidates who can answer questions clearly and quickly. Stick to the point, avoid rambling, and ensure your answers are easy to follow. If you can explain a complex situation in just a few sentences, it shows that you can communicate well and think critically under pressure. Quick reminder. If you're finding these tips helpful, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. You don't want to miss out on the next steps that will help you land your dream job. Chapter 4, The Power of I Don't Know, Turning Weaknesses into Strengths. It's a dreaded question. What's your biggest weakness? But what if I told you that this could be one of the best opportunities to shine during your interview? The key to answering this question isn't in hiding your flaws but in showcasing your ability to learn and grow. According to a survey by Career Builder, 77% of employers say they appreciate candidates who are self-aware and can speak openly about their weaknesses. So, instead of trying to dodge the question, turn it into a strength. The trick is to pick a weakness that doesn't undermine your chances of getting the job. For example, if you're not great at public speaking, you can mention it, but follow up with how you've actively worked on improving this skill. Share the specific steps you've taken, such as attending workshops, practicing with a coach, or speaking in smaller group settings. This shows initiative and growth. Another strategy is to turn a negative into a positive. Let's say you struggle with perfectionism. While that might sound like a weakness at first, you can spin it by explaining how it drives you to deliver high-quality work. But be sure to add that you've learned to balance quality with efficiency over time. Being honest, but also showing progress, is key. It's also important to not make the mistake of giving a safe answer, like "I'm a workaholic." This might sound good on paper, but it often comes off as inauthentic. Instead, focus on a real weakness and demonstrate how you're improving it. A good answer will show that you're reflective and dedicated to self-improvement, both of which are qualities employers love. In addition to answering the weakness question, this mindset also applies when you're asked about challenges in previous jobs. The way you speak about challenges can highlight your problem-solving skills. Show how you overcame obstacles and turned them into opportunities for growth. According to Forbes, candidates who can showcase resilience in the face of adversity are 25% more likely to be hired. Chapter 5, Research Like a Detective, Digging Deeper into the Company. The best job candidates don't just walk into interviews knowing about the company, they know everything about it. Doing research is crucial, but not just the surface-level stuff. Instead of simply checking out the company website, dig deeper. A study from Glassdoor shows that candidates who research company culture are 30% more likely to get hired because they're able to demonstrate alignment with the company's values. Start by exploring the company's social media pages. These platforms often reveal more about the culture, values, and day-to-day activities of the business. Pay attention to the type of content they share, whether it's about innovation, team-building events, or charity work. This can give you clues about what's important to them and how you can align your answers with their values. Next, dive into employee reviews on sites like Glassdoor or Indeed. While these reviews can be mixed, you can gain valuable insight into what it's really like to work there. Look for patterns in feedback. For example, if employees repeatedly mention a focus on collaboration, you can tailor your answers to highlight your teamwork skills. Another key area to research is recent company news. Is the company launching a new product, expanding into a new market, or undergoing a leadership change? Mentioning these in your interview shows that you're not just interested in the role but invested in the company's future. It demonstrates that you're proactive and can bring fresh perspectives to the table. One useful tip is to ask insightful questions that show you've done your homework. For example, you could ask, I saw the company recently expanded into the European market. How do you see that impacting the role I'm applying for? This not only demonstrates your research but also shows your genuine interest in how you can contribute to their success. By thoroughly researching the company, you'll be able to confidently connect your experience and skills to their needs, which is a powerful strategy for impressing interviewers. Chapter 6, Leave them wanting more. The perfect close. You've made it through the interview, but your job isn't over just yet. The way you close an interview can leave a lasting impression, and how you wrap up could be the deciding factor in whether you get the job. According to job experts, the final moments of an interview are often the most critical. The goal is to leave the interviewer with a strong sense of why you're the best fit for the role. One of the most effective strategies is to ask questions that demonstrate your deep understanding of the company and the role. Instead of the usual "what's the work culture like?" ask something more specific like, how does this role contribute to the company's larger strategic goals for the next year? Asking these types of questions shows you're thinking long-term and that you understand the company's bigger picture. Also, don't forget to restate your interest in the position. Make it clear that you're excited about the opportunity and confident in your ability to contribute. According to career coach J.T. O'Donnell, candidates who express enthusiasm and interest in the role are 50% more likely to be considered for the job. Another way to close strong is to give a brief summary of why you're the perfect candidate. Mention the skills and experience you've shared during the interview, and emphasize how they align with the company's needs. Be confident but not arrogant. It's about reinforcing the value you bring to the company. Before leaving, don't forget to ask about next steps. This not only shows that you're eager, but it also helps you understand the timeline and what to expect. Asking for a timeline also gives you the chance to follow up later if you haven't heard back within the expected time frame. Finally, thank the interviewer for their time and for considering your application. A genuine thank you goes a long way. A study by TalentWorks found that sending a follow-up thank you note can increase your chances of getting hired by 24%. In today's competitive job market, that little extra effort can be the difference between getting the job and getting passed over. If you found these tips helpful, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you can stay updated with all the best career advice. Keep practicing, stay confident, and go ace that interview.